The Galactic Council's messenger arrived at Earth's orbital station with barely concealed contempt etched across his chitinous features. Ambassador Zektar's mandibles clicked in what his species considered amusement as he delivered the ultimatum to the human delegation. The hegemony grows tired of your species' constant interference in galactic affairs, the insectoid alien declared, his translator rendering his words in cold, mechanical tones. You have championed the weak, defended the defenseless, and disrupted our natural order for the last time. We demand satisfaction through combat. Send us your weakest soldier for a demonstration of human frailty. General Morrison, Earth's military liaison, exchanged glances with his staff. The request was unusual even by alien standards. Every other species had demanded their strongest champion when challenging humanity. But the hegemony's arrogance ran deep. They wanted to make a point about human weakness. Our weakest soldier? Morrison asked, buying time. Yes. We want your people to witness how even your feeblest warrior falls before hegemony might. Send this weakling to the combat moon of Kratos. Our champion, War Master Throk, will demonstrate why humans have no place among the stars. 3 days later, Ryan Matthews adjusted his medical kit one final time as the transport ship descended toward Kratos. At 26, he stood barely 5'8" and weighed maybe 160 pounds soaking wet. His brown hair was perpetually tousled, and his hands bore the steady surgeon's calm that came from years of emergency medicine. Beside him sat Emma Chen, his longtime friend and fellow medic, her dark eyes reflecting the same determination that had carried them both through their medical corps training. You don't have to do this, Emma said quietly, checking her own medical supplies. The council selected you, but there has to be another way. Ryan smiled, that same gentle expression that had comforted countless wounded soldiers. You know why they picked me, Em. On paper, I'm exactly what the hegemony asked for. Non-combat role. Smallest guy in my unit, never fired a shot in anger. He paused, fingering the medic badge on his uniform. But they're about to learn something about humans they didn't expect. The combat moon's surface was a barren wasteland of black rock and sulfur pools. In the center sat a massive arena, packed with representatives from dozens of species who had come to witness humanity's humiliation. The hegemony had turned this into a galactic spectacle. War Master Throk stood 9 feet tall, his exoskeleton gleaming with biomechanical enhancements. Razor-sharp claws extended from his hands, and his compound eyes tracked every movement with predatory precision. He was bred for war, enhanced for killing, and had never known defeat. Behold! Throk's voice boomed across the arena, the mighty human warrior. His laughter was like grinding metal. I have slain champions twice your size, little medic. Your species will learn their place when I... He never finished the sentence. Ryan had already moved. Not to attack, Ryan Matthews had never thrown a punch in anger in his entire life. Instead, he sprinted toward the arena's edge where Emma was positioned, shouting over his shoulder, Emma, incoming wounded! Throk's confusion lasted exactly 2.3 seconds, long enough for Ryan to reach the unconscious Zalari spectator, who had suffered an allergic reaction to Kratos' atmosphere. His scanner had detected the medical emergency the moment they'd entered the arena. Anaphylactic shock, Ryan called out, his hands already working. Emma, I need the epinephrine analog for Zalari physiology. His movements were fluid, practiced, efficient. In 30 seconds, he had an IV established and medication flowing. The Zalari's breathing stabilized. Throk roared and charged, claws extended for a killing strike. Ryan looked up from his patient just as the War Master reached him and rolled aside at the last possible moment, not to avoid death, but to keep from being knocked away from his patient. Sir, I'm going to need you to stay still, Ryan told the now conscious Zalari. You're stable, but I need to monitor your response to the medication. The crowd was dead silent. Throk spun around, mandibles clicking in rage and confusion. Fight me, coward. Sorry, can't do that, Ryan replied, checking the Zalari's vital signs. I took an oath. First, do no harm. He looked up at the towering warrior. That includes you, actually. You're running hot. Internal temperature 103.7 degrees. That combat stimulant you've been taking, it's putting serious stress on your cardiac system. Throk advanced again, slower this time, trying to understand why his prey wouldn't fight. As he approached, Ryan continued his medical assessment with the same calm professionalism he'd shown in emergency rooms and battlefield aid stations. Your left arm's showing microtremors, probably from nerve damage in your 3rd and 4th combat enhancement surgeries. The scarring around your thorax indicates at least 6 major injuries that weren't properly treated. And that wheeze in your breathing? Definitely lung damage from Corellian gas exposure. By now, Ryan was circling the arena, not fleeing but checking on every being present. He had spotted a Menthari delegate with early signs of cardiac distress, a human reporter with obvious dehydration, and at least 3 other medical situations that needed immediate attention. "Emma, we're going to need more supplies," he called out, helping an elderly Corvani ambassador who had fallen and injured his hip. Throck followed him, growing increasingly frustrated. "I am War Master Throck. I have conquered 17 worlds. I have never been defeated." "Congratulations," Ryan said absently, wrapping the Corvani's injury. "But you really need to see a cardiologist about that arrhythmia. It's not normal, even for your species." The War Master stopped dead. "How do you—" 200 confirmed saves, Ryan said simply, helping his patient to safety. "That's my combat record. 200 beings who were dying, and now they're not. I've pulled wounded soldiers from burning dropships, performed surgery in collapsing bunkers, and held pressure on arterial bleeds while under enemy fire." He stood up, facing Throck directly for the first time. "You want to know what makes humans dangerous? It's not our strength, our weapons, or our aggression. It's that when everything is falling apart, when death is all around and hope is gone, we run toward the danger. Not to destroy, but to save." Ryan gestured to the crowd around them. "Look around you. Half the beings in this arena have medical conditions that could kill them within the year. You brought them here to watch me die, but instead they're getting free medical consultations." Emma had joined them now, her own medical scanner in hand. "Ryan's right about your cardiac situation," she told Throck professionally. "We could treat it if you'd like. No charge." The War Master looked around the arena. The crowd wasn't watching in bloodthirsty anticipation anymore. They were talking quietly among themselves, looking at the small human who had spent the last hour caring for anyone who needed help. Several beings were already making appointments with their personal physicians, based on Ryan's quick assessments. "I don't understand," Throck said finally. "You could have fought. You could have at least tried to defend yourself." Ryan smiled. That same gentle expression Emma had seen comfort countless patients. "I did defend myself. I defended what makes me human." He held up his medical badge. "This is my weapon. This is my strength. And this is why humanity will never be as weak as you think we are." The Galactic Council's official report listed the event as combat inconclusive medical. Emergency response protocols activated. But across the galaxy, word spread quickly. Humanity's weakest soldier had just healed half the arena without firing a shot. And War Master Throck? He made a full recovery after cardiac surgery performed by the finest human medical team Emma could recommend.